Hey, Dr. G here. In my practice, when I'm seeing a patient, the number one priority is to get to the root cause of the health problem. Unfortunately, this isn't the way medicine is practiced today. Mostly they focus on making a diagnosis, then symptom suppression while ignoring the root cause. Now, the main root cause of fatigue and disease today is the lack of nutrition that's required for optimal health and vitality. Now, if you think about it, almost all of our food comes from plants. Now that can come directly through eating plants and then also indirectly through eating animals that eat plants. And then of course we must think about our digestive process. We need to have a fully functioning digestive process so we can break the plants down into the nutrition like vitamins and minerals and other nutrients that we need that support our physiology. But think about this. We could go further upstream. So I ask my patients, what did you eat? But do we ever ask the question, what did the plants eat? And then we must consider the plant's digestive tract, just like we got to think about our digestive tract. And we think about the assaults on the plant digestive tract by modern farming methods. I think most of us think that plants eat soil or dirt, which is ground up rocks, and these are minerals. But soil science tells us that plants can't eat or absorb minerals directly, and many other essential nutrients. They need some help. So where do plants get this help? Well, I looked into this, although I knew the basics of this, but I was looking at a website for NC State, their ag department. It was talking about the microorganisms in the soil. Now listen to this. This website tells us that 1 tablespoon of soil contains up to 50 billion microbes. That's more than the whole planet's people population. Okay, I know this sounds creepy, but let's look at the different critters that are contained in the soil. Now, there's a table on the same website that talks about 1 gram of soil. 1 gram is about a half of a thimble. The bacteria number anywhere from 3 to 500 million organisms. Now, actinomycetes, these are organisms that have characteristics of both bacteria and fungi. There's 1 to 20 million of these. Fungi, there's 5,000 to 1 million. Yeast in 1 gram of soil, there's 1,000 to 1 million. Protozoa, 1,000 to a half a million. Algae, 1,000 to a half a million. And then don't forget the nematodes. There's anywhere from 10 to 5,000 nematodes. Now what's amazing about all this is these organisms work in a symbiotic relationship with plants. Their function is to help release key nutrients and particularly the minerals so that the plants can absorb them. In fact, without this process, the plants can't assimilate minerals hardly at all. Now, can you imagine the havoc in a human being that has a dysfunctional digestive tract? Well, I see this in my practice every day. It devastates your health. But we need to consider that the digestive tract of the plant, if it's destroying the plant's health, it's depleting the plant's nutrition. So really, the plant's digestive tract is just as important as our own. Now, if we look at industrial farmland, and this is where 90% of our food is grown these days, we find that the microbial numbers in the soil are decreased by 85% as compared to organic farm soil. Now, studies also show that organic farm soil contains about 4 to 6% organic material, and that's called humus. The commercial farmland, humus content is anywhere from 0 to 1.5%. And this humus feeds the microbes. So we can see a direct reason why there are fewer microbes in the industrial soil. Now, the commercial farmland has other problems. The soil is drenched in herbicides like glyphosate, especially the GMO plants. Glyphosate is the active ingredient in Roundup and was originally patented as an antibiotic. And then there are pesticides. They also kill the microbes, as well as chemical fertilizers. And also think about this. On an industrial farm, there's almost a phobia about letting any other kind of plant or animal or anything exist. Every weed has to be killed. Every animal has to be killed. Any other type of plants, no way. In a natural setting, in contrast, there's many different plants and animals and insects, including weeds. And all of these add nutrients to the soil. So with commercial farming, we eventually have a soil that is nearly dead. So a plant grown in the soil of a commercial farm is not only not nutritious, it's potentially toxic. Now I know most of us don't think about this when we're eating vegetables that are conventionally grown, but I think this is the biggest impediment to being healthy and avoiding diseases that land you in the doctor's office, where he is going to make a diagnosis and suppress your symptoms with some sort of drug which has even more toxicity. Now, mainstream studies now, such as one published in Nature Communications, was done by the researchers at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. This study reported that the big expansion seen with the industrial agriculture in the farm yields have probably ended. In other words, these are likely a thing of the past. This study found that yields have plateaued and in many cases are now declining. It's also been estimated that food production will need to increase by 60% if we want to feed the projected population of Earth in 2050. So it looks like industrial agriculture is leading us down the road to starvation. Now listen to this. 2 years ago, there was a special report that was given to the United Nations that found that if farmers switched to small-scale family farms, now this is particularly in third world countries, but it probably also applies everywhere, but using organic and ecologic methods, they found it was possible to double food production in 5 to 10 years. Now the problem we have is the big corporations have gained control over our legislatures and also our universities, and they are almost completely guiding our efforts. And what do they want? What is their goal? They want to sell the billions of pounds of chemical fertilizers, herbicides, and pesticides that are destroying our planet. Now, think about this. The coming decreased yields that we're going to see will actually be a boon for these companies because they've driven out all the family farmers and they control the food supply. And when food is in short supply, they'll be able to jack up the prices anywhere they want, and they'll be raking in unbelievable profits. Now, commercial agriculture, the way it's practiced today, now contributes to every form of environmental devastation. So my message today, I want you to support the organic family farm that uses ecological principles to grow healthier plants. Look at this as an investment to save our planet and at the same time improve your health. This is Dr. G. Thanks for watching.